Hello student, welcome to digital classes. This video is for class 6. The subject is science and the chapter number 8, body movement. Basically this is the second part of this chapter. In the first part I taught you about the body movement like locomotion and movement, then bone joints like fixed joint, movable joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, hinge joint, etc. In this video, I am going to tell you about the skeleton system. Skeleton system, basically the framework of our body. So, what is skeleton system? A framework of bone and cartilage which supports the body of an animal or human is called a skeleton system. The skeleton system is a structural framework that supports a body. It also provides protection for our soft tissues and internal organs and serve as an attachment of the body's muscles that push against it and apply force resulting in movement. In the previous video I taught you about the locomotion and movement. In this video I am going to tell you about the skeleton system, and the locomotion and movement both are interdependent on the bones and muscles. Bones of the human body. The skeleton system of a human body is made up of 206 bones and cartilages. Bones are hard, cartilages is soft and elastic. Two basic type of bone tissues are compact bone and the compact bone are homogeneous. Now the second is spongy bones, small needle like pieces of the bone, many open spaces. Spongy bone basically at the top of the or edge of the bone. The function of skeleton system, it supports and protects of soft tissues and vital organs to give attachment to muscles, formation of red blood cell in the bone marrow, storage of mineral salt like phosphorus and calcium is also in the bone. Basically the skeleton system supports our body, protect vital organs, allow movement, storage, store minerals, aids red blood cell production, store chemical energy, etc. Support and protection. For skeleton is made up of all the bone in your body. Your skeleton gives your body its basic shape and provide the support that you need. Many bones of the skeleton system protect internal organs also. It helps to protect and keep the delicate organ of the body in their proper position. For example, bony cage made by breastbone, ribs and backbone protect heart and lungs. The brain is protected by the bone in the skull. The backbone protects the spinal cord. It provides support and gives shape to our body. Now the development of bones. Your bones are living structure that undergoes change throughout your life. Cartilages is a tough supportive tissues that is softer and more flexible than bones. By young adulthood, most of these cartilages is replaced by the bone in a process called ossification. In a process called ossification, minerals such as calcium and phosphorus are deposited within the cartilages and make it hard. Skeleton system is composed of many muscles and bones. Now let us discuss about bones. Now the classification of bones. Long bones, typically longer than wide, have a shaft with heads at the both end, contain mostly compact bone Example, femur or humerus. Now see, femur is the longest bone in the body. Basically, femur is the thigh bone. Now the short bones, generally cube shaped, contain mostly spongy bones. For example, carpals or tarsals. The ear bone are the smallest bone in the body. In higher classes, you can learn or read about these kind of bones. See, this is the complete skeleton system of an adult. The skeleton system in an adult body is made up of 206 individual bones. These bones are arranged into two divisions, the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. The axial skeleton run along the body's midline axis and is made up of 80 bones in the following region. It includes skull, hyoid, auditory ossicle, ribs, sternum, vertebrae column. The appendicular skeleton is made up of 126 bones in the following region: upper limbs, lower limbs, pelvic girdle, pectoral, shoulder girdle. Now the skull helps protect the brain. The skull is composed of 22 bones that are fused together except for the mandible. These 21 fused bones are separated in children to allow the skull and brain to grow, but fused to give added strength and protection as an adult. The mandible remains as a movable jaw bone and forms the only movable joint in the skull with the temporal bone. The bones of the superior portion of the skull are known as the cranium and protect the brain from damage. The bones of the inferior and anterior portion of the skull are known as facial bones and support the eyes, nose and mouth. Cranium. The cranium provides a cover and protection of the brain. The bone of the cranium are flat and are held firmly in a zipper-like manner. Facial bone. The facial bones consist of upper and lower jaws and a few other bones. The lower jaw is movable only. The movement of these jaws enable us to eat, talk and sing. The skull also includes a pair of eyes sockets. Now the endoskeleton and exoskeleton. The skeleton that is inside the body and made up of bone is called exoskeleton. The skeleton that is outside the body and not made up of bones are called exoskeleton. Now the backbone. The spine is formed by 33 vertebrae. The backbone extends from the base of the skull to the hip. It consists of 33 small rings-like vertebrae joined end by end or end to end vertebrae. The first 24 vertebrae are joined spirally by elastic-like cartilages. The main nerve cord passes through the hollow bony tube formed by the vertebrae. The 5 vertebrae of the hip are fused and inseparable. 4 vertebrae of the tail are also fused. The bones have 5 regions. Starting from the top, these regions are neck, chest, belly, hip, tail. With the exception of the singular sacrum and coccyx neck, each vertebrae is named for the first letter of its region and its position along the superior inferior axis. For example, the most superior thoracic vertebrae is called T1 and the most inferior is called T12. Now the chest cavity. This is a rib cage. The chest bone forms a cone-shaped bony cage. The elliptical bone of the cage are called ribs. Rib cage basically protect heart, lungs and several other organ inside this cage. There is 12 pair of ribs curved around the side. These are ribs and the structure is called rib cage. Ribs and sternum. The sternum or a breastbone is a thin knife-shaped bone located along the middle line of the anterior side of the thoracic region of the skeleton. The sternum connects to the rib by the thin bands of cartilages called the costal cartilages. Rib cage consists of 12 pair of ribs that together with the sternum form of the rib cage of the thoracic region. The first 7 ribs are known as true ribs because they connect the thoracic vertebrae directly to the sternum through their own bends of costal cartilages. Ribs 8, 9, 10 all connects to the serum through cartilages that is connected to the cartilages of the 7th ribs. So we consider these to be the false ribs. Ribs 11 and 12 are also false ribs but are also considered to be floating ribs because they do not have any cartilages attachment to the sternum at all. Now see the shoulder girdle, upper limbs, pelvic glands and lower limbs. The appendicular skeleton enable us to stand up tall, walk, upstairs and climb. Now the appendicular skeleton. The upper division includes shoulder, arm, forearm, wrist, hand and finger. The lower division includes the pelvic or a hip, thighs, legs, ankles and feet. The shoulder bone is formed by the collarbone and the shoulder blade. It connects the upper part of the chest and bone of the arm. The pectoral girdle connects the upper limbs arm bones to the axial skeleton and consists of the left and right clavicles and left and right scapule. The humerus is the bone of the upper arm. It forms the ball and socket joint of the shoulder with the spatula and form the elbow joint with the lower arm bones. The radius and ulna are the 2 bones of the forearms. The ulna is on the medial side of the forearms and form a hinge joint with the humerus at the elbow. The radius allows the forearms and hand to turn over at the wrist joint. The lower arm bones from the wrist joint with the carpals, a group of 8 small bones that gives added flexibility to the wrist. The carpal are connected to the 5 metacarpal that forms the bones of the hand and connect to each of the finger. Each finger has 3 bones known as phalanges except for the thumb, which only has 2 phalanges. The hand bone. The hand consists of upper arm, forearm, wrist, palm and finger. The upper arm has 1 long bone. This bone is attached to the shoulder bone. The forearm consists of 2 long bones. The wrist consists of several small bones. The palm is made up of 5 bones. Each finger consists of 3 small bones. The hip or the pelvic bone is the biggest bone in our body. The hip bone is formed by the fusion of three bones. The hip bones together with the hip and the tail part of the bone forms a long bony bowl called pelvis. Now the function of hip bones. Hip bones supports and protect the lower organ of the body such as intestine, urinary bladder and sex organs. Hip bone attach the leg to our body. Hip bones provide sites for the attachment of muscles that moves legs, hips and trunk. Pelvic girdle and lower limbs formed by the left and right hip bones. The pelvic girdle connects the lower limbs yani leg bones to the axial skeleton. The femur is the largest bone in the body and the only bone of the thigh femoral region. The femur forms the ball and socket hip joint with the hip bone and form the knee joint with the tibia and patella, commonly called the kneecap. The patella is special because it is one of the few bones that are not present at birth. The patella forms in early childhood to support the knee for walking and crawling. The leg includes the thigh, long leg, ankle, foot, and the toes. The leg enable us to stand, walk, run, and play. The thigh bone is the strongest and the longest bone in the body. The lower leg consists of two bones. The ankle consists of several small bones. In the fraternal part of the knee, there is a disc-like kneecap called patella. The foot has 5 longer fingers. Each toe has 3 smaller bones. The toe bones also help in walking and running. The tibia and the fibula are the bone of the lower leg. The tibia is much larger than the fibula, bears almost all of the body's weight. The fibula is mainly a muscle attachment point and used to help maintaining balance. The tibia and the fibula form the ankle joint with the talus, one of the 7 tarsal bones in the foot. The tarsals are a group of 7 small bones that forms the posterior end of the foot and heel. The tarsal form joints with the 5 long bones of the foot. Then each of the metatarsal forms a joint with one of the set of phalanges in the toes. Each toe has 3 phalanges except for the big toe, which only has 2 phalanges. Now the cartilages. These are small additional part of the body skeleton. They are not as hard as the bone and can be bent. These are called cartilages. The upper part of the ear is made up of cartilages. The lower portion of ear called earlobe is soft. Cartilages is also found at the bone joint in the body. In a normal foot, the bones are set to form an arch-like arrangement. The feet arch provide good support of the body. In a flat foot, the bones are not arched. Some people with flat foot feels pain while walking, running, etc. I hope everyone could understand whatever I taught in this video, and if may doubt, then ask within a class. In the third part of the chapter, I will teach you all about muscles and how muscles move the bones.